go. Julie, how are you? And I know you're really excited about our guest today.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. We have Aaron Behrens here. Am I saying your name right? I don't want to say it wrong.
Aaron Barons, you got it. You nailed it. Perfect.
Ah, thank God. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so Aaron is a seasoned entrepreneur and president known for his ability to lead multiple successful ventures. With a strong background in health and fitness, he co founded and scaled City Fitness, a leading chain of high end health clubs in Philadelphia. And Aaron's passion for entrepreneurship is rooted in his drive for work life balance, strategic growth, and the desire to constantly explore new challenges. Welcome to the Stay on Course podcast. Aaron, how are you today?
I'm great. And I'm happy to be here. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to learning about him. Go ahead, Julie.
All right, so Aaron, before we get started, I ask all of my guests, what is your favorite food?
Pizza. Love pizza, especially New York pizza.
New York pizza. Do you watch David
Mm.
Portnoy? Do you watch him?
No,
Everyone knows the rules. One bite? No. He is
no.
like the pizza reviewer. You're gonna have to look him up now. Barstool's
Well,
David
I'll make a
Portnoy.
note of it.
He is the guy who review. I don't know if you know him, Neil, but he reviews all the pizzas in New York City, and like I just watch him eat pizza all day. It's great.
Well, Barstool, he's really grown unbelievable brand for sure. All right, go, Julie.
All right, so we're gonna tell us a little bit more about what you're doing right now, because I know you have all these different ventures that you're involved in, and then we'll get right into your ingredients for success.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually right now, the most immediate thing is we're working on bringing a professional indoor team to where I live, which is up in the Lehigh Valley. So I'm coordinating that. We're working on building sponsorships. We just got a coordination with the biggest city hospital. So we're just working on putting things together. We've solidified a place to play. So I played soccer my whole life, played professional indoor, love it. So I'm excited about bringing a team to the city. So it's a fun challenge.
So you're bringing a soccer team. Explain that a little more.
Yeah, so there's professional indoor league. It's called the MASL. So there's three tiers. So we're looking to bring an MASL 3 team to the Lehigh Valley. So I'm coordinating the sponsorships, finding the locations, dealing with all the outreach programs. And I love it because I love soccer and it's a great area where we live. And there's definitely an opportunity for us to get a team up here. So that's really my focus right now.
All right,
All
that
right.
sounds awesome.
I think it's cool. It's definitely sounds really, really cool. And so what league would it be if you're getting the professional team there?
So it's the MASL, Major Arena Soccer League. So in that league, there's different tiers. It's almost like baseball where you have like minor leagues, double A, triple A, and then
Mhm.
the pro. So it's different. So it's like MASL and there's MASL 2 and then MASL 3. So we're looking to bring the MASL 3 team into this area. Hopefully the goal is next year, getting some investors right now, but I love it. I love a challenge. I like I said, I love the game. I'd love to get the team here. So excited to get it all set up.
Okay.
Awesome. And so, as in the introduction, you've had a lot of entrepreneurial adventures. I'm going to call them adventures. And
Yeah.
so, with that, you've learned a lot of ingredients for success in building these businesses. Let's get right into talking about your ingredients. So, what would be the first one you want to talk about today?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is, finding work-life balance. I mean, when I first started out, I literally just all I did was work. I had no life. And I mean, I understand in the beginning you should have to do that. But for me, this is just a personal thing. I found when I had more balance, when I had time with my family and I wasn't just working all the time, I was more effective at work because I was able
Mm.
to step away. And I found that for me, again, when I was always focused on work, sometimes you get into tunnel vision and you're not able to step back and really look at what's going on. So when I was able to step away from work, for me, I was able to get a better perspective of what was going on and a better idea in terms of how to approach stuff. So it worked well for me. So that was my biggest focus is how do I step away, but not feel like I'm losing control, but find time where I'm doing stuff with my family, my kids. And that for me was important.
That's very, very important. We kind of get get in a mode in certain ways, and we have to kind of that we had this theme in the last podcast, work-life balance, because at times we go so hard, we just forget about everybody as entrepreneurs that we need a wake-up call
Yeah.
sometimes to change things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's easy to get sucked into work.
it is. And I noticed that if I don't take a step away, I lose my creativity. So when you're sitting at your desk all day, there's a certain way that the brain fires. But when you walk away, you take a walk, you do something different, you go swimming, your brain can wire and fire in different ways and it can ignite creativity and innovation. So we think that stepping away is bad, but the truth is it's in those moments where you have the white space that the creativity comes, and for us to be able to build something new or think about a solution to a problem we couldn't figure out sitting at our desk.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Cool, cool. So what would be your next ingredient that you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, for me, the other thing was surrounding myself with people that are smarter than me. I mean, the one thing I've been very humbled. I've learned that, I'm definitely not the smartest guy in the room, but I know how to bring the smart people together, and I know how to get them moving in the same direction. So that's, took me a little while to sort of figure that out and sort of how to bring these people together. But for me, in all the different projects that I've done in the US, internationally, finding these people that just had really specific expertise and getting us to be able to sit down at a table and brainstorm and think about what we need to do and strategically how to approach a specific challenge or an opportunity made a huge difference. And being able to listen, right? I mean, the biggest thing is you have to listen. You can't just sit there and just be barking out orders and telling everyone what to do. And again, I know this is like sort of 101, but sometimes you just learn that, like, look, just step back and just listen and let these people talk and take it in. And then from there, put together a strategy and a plan. And that worked well for me, but it took me a while to learn that. That's for sure.
I love that. And the whole point of being a CEO is to build the right team. And so when I have a master's degree in business, and the one thing I learned very fast is that I know nothing. I literally went to school for business, but when you start studying accounting and finance and economics and all of these things, I'm like, I don't want to do that stuff. I just need to know enough about it to speak to everybody and to pull the right team together, because at the end of the day, it's our teams that are executing for us. We need to know how to sit in the room with them and be curious.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. And again, it's when you're younger, sorry, go ahead, Neil.
you go ahead. Go.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I think again, it comes with experience. I mean, when you're younger and you're out there, you're just kind of you think you can figure it out and you got the answers, but then you learn like, hey, I need these other people to be successful. And I think again, I think it takes time for some people. I've been around executives that they think they know it all, and the people around them just he barks orders or she barks orders, and they just do what they tell them. But I found much more success when you're collaborative and you're bringing people in that are smarter than you.
Yeah. And in this age, or in this day right now, October 15, 2024, we need our people that work for us to be critical thinkers. 100% critical thinkers. And if we're telling people what to do all the time, they're not able to do the critical thinking. And why do I say that? I say that because ChatGPT and the new age of AI is run on critical thinking. And so we need to be able to train the next generation to do that. And as CEOs, if we're telling people what to do all the time, they're never going to get that muscle. And that is critical right now for success. 100%. Neil, what do you think about that?
The out of the box thinking, it just doesn't happen. And it's based on the schooling, these kids' schools. I mean, in our generations, they basically were, they don't need to look things up anymore. So all they had to do is specifically they're teaching to a test. So you run into a situation where you ask them to do the out of the box thinking skills, figuring out things without just straight directives. It's very difficult for them. And I see this all the time. It's like, okay, you have AI now. If you really ask the right questions, you're going to be able to get the answers to anything and be able to come up with out of the box thinking. but yet some people are just not there. They just need that extra hand holding, which makes it annoying. That's why I guess we're seeing so many businesses being built off of less teams, less people working for you. And that's because AI has taken on a lot of the heavy lifting and the automation. So people better start or they're going to be replaced because there's no reason to have those employees anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that people don't really know what this thing can do yet, and they're not exploring. So we need to not only we need to play, we need to actually go in and play with it because the for a CEO that doesn't have some of these skills, the writing skills, the every deficiency I ever had, I don't know if you feel this way, every deficiency I've had as a human is now shored up by ChatGPT. I'm superhuman now. I'm just saying. All right, what is your next ingredient for success?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I'm always looking for opportunities. And that again comes from just sort of being observant, talking to people, networking, and see where there's an opportunity, whether it's in a niche or it's in an industry that I'm already in, and there's something happening, I can take advantage of it. But that's always been why I've always gotten to different things. I mean, I've been involved with, doing drill bits for mining over in China and Africa. I've been in the health and fitness. I've been in real estate. We tried stuff. I was working with, I got in the music business for a little bit. So for me, yeah, I mean, that's fun for me too, is just sort of see what's out there and see where there's an opportunity, and then see what we can do with it. And sometimes you're successful and sometimes you're not, but I think you always have to sort of keep your antennas up and be looking for the next opportunity. And if you see it, you go for it, you take that shot, and sometimes you're successful, sometimes you're not, but don't be afraid to go for it.
Totally.
And
Wow.
the thing is, too, as an entrepreneur, you're meeting people all the time. And
Yeah.
so with meeting people all the time, the next opportunity is coming. You don't know what they're involved in. We have tons of conversations with people on a regular basis. And like what we've been finding is there's so many opportunities right now with AI, the digital transformation. So many people have their hands in this, and it is the next thing. It's the next thing. So I want to encourage everyone listening right now to go open up Claude, go open up ChatGPT, get yourself in there, start asking it some critical questions to help you accelerate your business, because that's the next opportunity. And I love that because, Aaron, I come from 20 years working in the pharmaceutical industry. And so a lot of my time was spent networking inside of the company, not really outside of the company. But now that I'm on the other side, this opens up a whole new opportunity to the entire world that I never had before. And I think it's interesting to have that enterprise view of the big world so we can look down and say, wow, there's so much here. Let me meet people and find out what opportunities are open for me, not just this thing that I'm doing, but how does this thing kind of ripple effect to the outward end, and see where the synergies are between the people that are connecting with us. And I love that. But you have to have the right growth mindset and curiosity to do that.
Yeah, and you can't be afraid to make mistakes, right? You're not gonna be successful in every venture you do, but you got to go out there and you got to take the risk and understand that not everything's going to be a home run, but you learn from each experience, and the idea is take that lesson learned and use it for the next one. But to me, that's the fun part. That's the cool part. But like, hey, look at this opportunity. Like you talk about with AI. Like I'm starting to use AI now, and it's crazy what it can do. And just to think about the possibilities, it's pretty cool.
Super cool. Aaron, where can our audience find out more about what you're working on right now?
Right now, real simple. Just go to LinkedIn, my profile, Aaron Behrens, and you can check me out there.
Okay, any final thoughts before we close for the day?
Final thoughts from me, it's just, hey, I really appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to get on here and talk. It's been awesome.
All right. Thanks, Aaron. We appreciate it. All right.